Julian McMahon's cause of death has now been officially revealed, and the news is both heartbreaking and deeply personal. According to a cremation approval summary report released on July 10, 2025, by the Pinellas County Medical Examiner's Office in Florida, Julian McMahon died from lung metastasis, cancer that had aggressively spread from his head and neck. His death, which occurred on July 2 in Clearwater, Florida, was ruled natural. But what makes this revelation so much more poignant is the fact that the world had no idea he was even sick. Julian had kept his diagnosis private, battling cancer behind closed doors with his signature charm and grace, never letting on to the public that he was facing such a devastating health crisis. It wasn't until July 4 that his wife, Kelly McMahon, released a statement announcing his death. She described his final days as a valiant effort to overcome cancer and shared that he had passed peacefully. Julian loved life, his family, his friends, his fans, and the work he was so lucky to be able to do. He truly considered every day a gift, she said. Her words painted the picture of a man who, even in his darkest moments, held onto joy and purpose. Born on July 27, 1968, in Sydney, Australia, Julian McMahon was no stranger to the spotlight. He was the only son of former Australian Prime Minister Sir William McMahon and fashion icon Lady Sonia McMahon. But Julian didn't ride on the coattails of his political lineage. Instead, he carved out his own path, one that led him from modeling to global fame in television and film. After early work on the Australian soap Home and Away, Julian gained attention on the American soap Another World, which paved the way for his breakout role as Agent John Grant in the NBC series Profiler. But it was his role as Cole Turner, the half-demon, half-human love interest of Alyssa Milano's character in Charmed, that truly catapulted him into the hearts of fans. From 2000 to 2005, he played the tortured and charismatic character, delivering a performance so powerful that it made him a staple in the supernatural genre. Milano herself took to social media following his death, writing, "Julian was more than just a co-star. He was magnetic, mischief, and charm wrapped in one. We had so many laughs, he was magic." Julian's magnetism wasn't just limited to the world of fantasy. He went on to portray one of his most iconic roles as Dr. Christian Troy in Nip/Tuck, the controversial and stylish drama that explored the dark underbelly of plastic surgery. From 2003 to 2010, Julian brought to life a character that was seductive, flawed, and captivating. His performance earned him critical acclaim and a Golden Globe nomination, solidifying his place in Hollywood as a leading man who could do more than just look good. He could act with depth and complexity. In 2005 and 2007, he portrayed the infamous Victor Von Doom in the Fantastic Four film franchise, bringing menace and sophistication to a Marvel villain that could have easily become cartoonish in the hands of a lesser actor. But Julian knew how to toe the line between theatrical and chilling. Ioan Gruffudd, his co-star in the films, remembered him warmly after his passing, saying, "There was always so much lightness and laughter working together. He was an honor to share the screen with." His final film appearance came earlier this year in The Surfer, a psychological thriller in which he starred alongside Nicolas Cage. The film premiered at South by Southwest in March 2025, just a few months before his death. Cage reflected on their time working together, calling Julian one of my favorite people and a kind and intelligent man. The movie, shot in Western Australia, is now forever marked as Julian's last gift to the cinematic world, a swan song for a career that spanned decades and genres. Julian's personal life was just as layered as his career. He was previously married to Australian singer Dannii Minogue from 1994 to 1995, and later to actress Brooke Burns, with whom he shared a daughter, Madison. Despite the end of those relationships, Julian remained devoted to his daughter. In fact, one of the most touching tributes came from his ex-wife Brooke Burns, who posted a picture of Julian with Madison, simply writing, "Rest in peace." He married his longtime partner, writer Kelly Paniagua, in 2014, and the two were inseparable ever since. Kelly's statement following his passing was emotional and intimate, describing Julian as someone who loved deeply and lived fully. The family has requested privacy as they grieve, and Julian has since been cremated in accordance with their wishes. In the wake of his death, tributes have poured in from fans and co-stars alike. Charmed cast members, including Rose McGowan and Holly Marie Combs, shared their shock and sorrow. McGowan described him as a force of brilliance, wild talent, and humor, while Combs recalled his kindness and magnetic personality on set. Dylan Walsh, his Nip/Tuck co-star, mourned the loss with a heavy heart, writing, "Dear Jules, this time you've gone too far." Jolie Richardson, who also starred in the series, wrote, "You lived a large life, my friend. Bravo." Even years after the height of his fame, Julian continued to work steadily, appearing in TV dramas like FBI, Most Wanted, where he played supervisory special agent Jess LaCroix. His performance once again showcased his ability to bring vulnerability to strong, stoic characters. He quietly stepped away from the show in 2022, citing a desire to spend more time with his family. Looking back now, it's hard not to wonder if his diagnosis may have already been known to him. Julian McMahon lived a life that was both public and intensely private. He was born into power but pursued passion. He was known for playing complicated men, yet those who knew him say he was one of the kindest, most genuine souls in the business. His legacy isn't just in the roles he played, it's in the lives he touched, the fans he entertained, and the colleagues who loved him. In the end, his passing reminds us that even those who seem larger than life are still vulnerable to the same battles we all face. Cancer took him far too soon, but it didn't take his impact. Julian McMahon's memory will live on in every scene, every show, every movie, and every heart he moved. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.